Hello, this is Victor. I'm here with a new video, and this time I want to share with you. It's not going to be really a battle report, but last Saturday I played a big game of Order versus Chaos and some on Death. You will see there, and it was a big battle where we had about 3, 4 players by side, and some players just disappeared during the game, and others joined the game. So it was quite a messy game, but it was really fun. I really enjoy, and what I enjoy from that game is that they just was in the Games Workshop of Brussels, in the Games Workshop store of Brussels. I just arrived there with some miniatures that I picked from my shelf. I put them all on the battle and we played. And the only restriction we had is that we tried not to duplicate special characters or name characters. But that's not all. So we just spent a good afternoon from 1 o'clock more or less, or 1:30 to 6 o'clock in the afternoon. We really enjoyed the game. Was quite fun. A lot of fun situations, good luck from one side, sometimes good luck from the other side. So let's make a look on the big moments and some of the pictures. So we will start with the turn one and also explaining a little bit the scenario. I will not divide the turn between order and chaos. Order always had the first turn. They always had the initiative, and we did not roll for initiative each turn. So as we started, we keep the same sequence. So orders always goes first, and chaos goes second, and we had some scenarios. So if you see here, there is these stairs just in the middle of the picture. So the scenario is to pick, the orders have to defend two terrain pieces that are in the middle of the table. They deploy there a lot of Stormcast Eternals and some Wanderers or Sylvaneth, or how you want to call this, Wood Elves, I will say. And there is one Realm Gate that they have to protect, and these stairs that are also in the middle of the picture. Who is controlling this objective at the end of the battle is winning the battle. So the order starts as defending, and they have the first turn as defenders, and chaos is attacker and have to deploy 18 inches. You see that there are some dice scattered over the table, 18 inches from these dice. So there is like a imaginarium space where the order have to deploy in the middle, and from this space we have to deploy 18 inches away. So they just accumulate a lot of troops in the middle. There are 2 Lord Celestials on Drakot. There will be a Phoenix there. So some random order. Everybody was happy to put what they have in the collection or what they wanted to put on the battle, and nobody complains, to be fair. I decided to go with Chaos this time, so I just pick all my Thanks Demons, the Defiler that you see. The Defiler is called, no, how it's called is the Soulbinder, sorry, and one Demon Prince and Belacor. I wanted to test Belacor, I wanted to test Demon Prince, so I go very heavy on monsters. I have a Demon Prince, I have Belacor, I have Kairos Faithweaver, I have the Changeling, 2 Heralds of Thange, this big guy, the Soulbinder, and then I go with some horrors and some flamers. So basically, I wanted to go easy, just pick big monsters, not to lose time moving a lot of troops. And I also take 3 random spawns that you will see that they will disappear during the battle, because I will use them to summon to kill some enemies with the faith. So when you use the power of Kairos Faithweaver. So here we have some pictures of the defenders. This is the defenders I'm facing. My objective is try to move to shooting distance and shoot them down, kill them down with all my magic power. I have a lot of magic power. I have 3 sorcerers of level 1 and 2 sorcerers of level 2, so I can do a lot of mystic shields. I can do a lot of direct damage powers. And this is the Lord Celestial I'm going to face, Lord Celestial on Dracoth. I have also a big undead block that will try to help me together with some corn. Here we have the big table. We are playing with a table that is 4 by 8 feet. So we are playing a little bit bigger than the standard table. And yeah, and to be fair, I almost was in that corner. I was playing in my side, and the other kids were playing in the other corner. So it is like it's so big the table that there is not interaction from one side to the other side of the table, except when you want to go into close combat and you want to decide who is attacking first. But yeah, and here we have a picture of my monsters. Here we have Kairos, Faith Weaver, Belacor, the Demon Prince, and then you see this is after moving the or in the process of moving the demons. I did not move yet, but you see that there is the cavalry of the undead. There is some Hell's Rays and some Black Knights. They already moved there. We can open the gate when we want. So this is just a portion of the fortress. My plan is just to use the fortress to avoid that they can shoot me before I'm going to close combat, and really not to think too much. Attack straightforward with the two Demon Princes, Belacor and the Demon Prince, and use Kairos Faith Weaver just to give a lot of support with his power. Really, his power is very strong. You do D6, how it's called, D6 mortal wounds, and if you kill a miniature, you put there a spawn of chaos, a chaos spawn. So here another picture. You see also I'm backed up by a blood sister, so we are really heavy, and I still have the Sungbinder and some spawns there. Pictures from the other side of the table. So it's really fun to see all these miniatures on the table. Here we have, and there are a good portion of miniatures painted, so it's not bad. So yeah, all the people looking at the table. Yeah, it was difficult to imagine what is going to happen here. Uh, what is going to be the result? Is it all these battles that anything can happen? We have this kid is moving his corn army. So we had in our side we have a big undead block at the beginning of the battle. We have two armies of corn bloodbone, a mixture of demons and at the end and mortals. And then I was myself with some demons and the Thench, all my Thench demons. That is not that much, but it's great because now I can use my 40k demons in Age of Sigmar without any trouble. Here are more pictures. And here, yeah, this is now we are ready to start moving. You see, it's amazing to see all this cavalry aligned for the charge. More pictures. Yeah, I was really enjoying making pictures of this battle. Here, I think this is great to see all these miniatures aligned. So it's a big block. We have the health race in the front, the Black Knights next to them, a lot of corn people just behind, backupping them. So it's really a big block advancing to kill other people. Here, pictures from other side. This is just, you see, I moved here. I already moved. I moved my Faith Weaver, Kairos Faith Weaver, to be in range for the next turn to be able to shoot. And in my first turn, what I did, I started doing Mystic Shields. So all my army, except the two Heralds, have Mystic Shield on them. So I improved all my army, the armor save in one. So this was great. And I don't have it on my Heralds because I failed two Mystic Shields. So it's really great when yeah, you see here the power of Thench. So pictures. I just advance. I put my units in shooting range. I shoot, and I kill a couple of liberators. From that distance, I was not efficient. I'm much more efficient with the magic. So next turn, I expect to do more damage with Kairos Faith Weaver and trying to be more in range and try to assault with the Demon Princess. The next turn, I will be able to assault with my Demon Princess. So this was just the approximation, just to close the gap and be ready to jump for these spiral stairs. Here is when and all you see the Demon Prince is using the doors to protect himself. I put Kairos Faith Weaver on top of the wall to be able to have line of sight and to be able to use the powers on my enemies in the next turn. And yeah, my spawns did not move a lot. and I block myself at the end with the horrors, but I don't need to rush with my Soulbinder, so it's good. And I keep my 2 health just behind the Soulbinder to give support, magic support to him, and to use them at the end of the battle when they can make the difference. So here we see the picture from the other side. Another picture of the advancement of the Stench. So at the end, in the first turn, the order just remained all together in the middle. They did not move. They did not. They shoot very little because the range was too far still. They put the archers very centered in their line to try to protect them. So in our turn, we did not too much neither. I think I was the one having more shooting in our side. So I just try to shoot as much as I can. But the others, they don't have an amazing shooting. And the Soulbinder was still too far. I only can shoot the flame and the distance, and I fail. So just some random shooting, not too much on the first turn, just approximation and be ready for the second turn when the carnage will start. Another picture of the approximation of my forces. Here you see he was very. This kid really loved his Bloodthirster, so he was very conservative, trying to keep him out of the of view. There was just one Knight Venator, so I was not too scared of the Knight Venator. And yeah, what happened if you kill one of these monsters? You have so much monster that is not going to make a big difference. And you cannot kill a monster. You can kill a character, but not really a monster with the Knight Venator. But yeah, you know, when you have your big miniature, you want to protect them. And here, something from the other side. This is to show what's happening on the other side. In the first turn, indeed, there was an assault of the, I think it was Block Crushers? Or Skull Crushers. I think the Skull Crushers assault the line of Liberators. But they get stuck by the Liberators. So this was the only assault that really happened in the first turn. The Block Crushers are there to the Liberators, and they get stopped by the Liberators. So they did not a lot of damage. To be fair, I don't know what really happened there. I let them play this part. I was more concentrated on my side. So it's like looks like a real battle where each one is trying to focus on his own army and trying to do the best with the army against the odds. You talk about some coordination, but at the end you cannot lead all the armies. And you see here, and yeah, and with the undead they were very conservative as well. They didn't want to go too far into close combat. I think, yeah. And with that, not too much action in the first turn. We go into the turn 2. And again, the order, they play very defensive. They did not move very far from there. They receive some reinforcement. Some Seraphon arrive from the reserve, and they just deploy in the middle. And these Seraphon are going to be there in the middle, out of reach of everything. When you have this big table and you see that we are mainly focused on the 2 extremes, the middle there is not too much action. So they moved, they scattered a little bit. They did some random shooting. I think they killed 1 horror. They did 1 wound to Kairos Faith Weaver with the Knight Venator. So not too crazy. My Kairos Faith Weaver was well protected. He was on 2+. Because I put him the Mystic Shield and he's on a piece of terrain. So he's on 2+. So I was not too scared of Knight Venator being killed. Kairos Faith Weaver being killed from that distance. There was not too much shooting from these Stormcast Eternals. Not too much shooting yet. Yeah, here you see, and I keep also the Changeling hidden in case I need to summon something. I also have quite. The other rule I apply to myself is I will not summon anything that I don't have miniatures. So until they don't kill my horrors or flamers, I will not summon anything from my army. I may summon blood letters or something if it's killed from my colleagues, from my allies, and I can bring them back. And I also keep myself in case I need to resummon my Demon Prince. This is a picture from the other side. Here we see the order trying to protect themselves around the tower. I think the less protected part is where I'm going to attack, because we will attack from two different fronts. And this is on the other side of the table, and this side of the table looks quite populated and quite difficult to reach the realm gate. So this realm gate is going to be a difficult target. So you see here scattering the troops trying to block the advance. Then no much action happened. Yeah, that's all. They killed the skull crashers with the phoenix. I think the phoenix fly through them and kill them all. And then we go into our turn 2, and then Chaos Faith Weaver starts using his powers. He kills some liberators. I start really killing some liberators between the shooting and the powers, and they were thin, no in numbers. I killed not half, but maybe 1/3 of the liberators just in the shooting before assaulting. And I keep putting some Mystic Shields. This time I was not very successful. The Changeling and the 2 Heralds fell on the Mystic Shield. And I just have Mystic Shield on the 2 Demon Princes, on Be'lakor and Demon Prince. But yeah, I will keep advancing and I will keep closing the gap. And I will move now my 2 Demon Princes ready for the assault. Here we have another picture. And this time we have the first surprise, and we receive some reinforcements from the Dark Gods. Another group of Khorne demons arrive from the reserve, and they are deployed in one of the long sides of the tables, in the opposite side where I am. So we receive some more Khorne like block crushers. Another bloodthirster. You see now that my demon princes have moved. They are at 3 inches from the enemy, ready to assault. Okay, and then at the end of at the bottom of the picture, the advancement of the new reinforcement from Khorne. Yeah, here we see another picture, and we open the gates, and also the undead are ready to assault onto the Stormcast Eternals. Here we see all the undead moving, and then also the 2 bloodthirsters. This bloodthirster is not still deployed. He will appear in another position. I mean, the bloodthirster, the right bloodthirster, is not ready deployed here in the moment. And here is how I'm positioned with the Demon Princess ready. I really want to capture these stairs. Then let's see if the other side is also victory and can capture the other realm gate. And here we see the advancing of the troops. He pulled also 2 skull cannons. So we received some big reinforcements. You see that now here is the bloodthirster is moving in the center. Some skull cannons. There is one of these big spawns of chaos of Khorne. So it's some nice reinforcements. And here, yeah, still shooting, killing, and ready to go for the stairs. So here I like this picture. See all, yeah, we went into a bottleneck, and the cavalry get there stuck in this bottleneck. So this was not helping our numbers, but I think our demon princes can do a good work there. At least this is my plan. And yeah, and in the other side of the table we have another Strongbinder. Yeah, this was coming also with the Khorne army. So we see there. But really here is more difficult. I think here they are better positioned the order. Yeah, and in that side we don't have so much shooting, so this is another review. I really enjoyed it, and see all these miniatures on the table is nice. So We have a surprise for the turn 3. You see this guy, this kid with Adidas t-shirt. He's bringing a reinforcement for the order. He's bringing an army of the short dwarfs. So yeah, a picture. And this point, yeah, this point, this is in the assault of the chaos. You see the health base managed to assault into the liberators. I assault with Belacor. I assault with the Demon Prince. The Demon Prince did the work, killed almost all the liberators. He keep engaged only with three liberators. There was a big unit. It was a unit of I think 8 liberators, something like that. I killed some in shooting, I killed some in close combat, but not I was not able to kill them all. And I was okay because we play the rules in the shop that you cannot be shoot if you are in close combat. So for my Demon Prince, this was great. Belacor, I was very disappointed. I decided to attack first with Belacor, and I miss all the attacks. I miss 6 attacks, 3-3, and rending -2. I miss them all. I don't. He didn't need even to roll for armor save. So because I missed all. So was really disappointed. Belacor did nothing. I was lucky that I put Mystic Shield on him, and he received some wounds, I think, but not too much. So he did nothing. He absorbed quite a good amount of damage, but I was very disappointed with Belacor in that turn. And this is on the other side. On the other side is more complex. You see that the really all the order troops are better positioned. And with that we go to the turn 3. So in the turn 2, the chaos units are really closing the gap in the stairs. On the other side, the order is defending much better and they cannot close the gap. So in the turn 3, the dwarf are appearing from reserve, and also the Celestial Prime arrive from the heavens. And now the Celestial Prime have 6 attacks with the Galmarath, so it's not a joke. Here we see what I was explaining. Belacor is there. The 3 is not the wounds of Belacor. The Belacor have more wounds in the moment, but he keep engaged in combat, but did nothing. Then we have the Demon Prince fighting with some scattered liberators. So this was good because then they weren't able to shoot on the Demon Prince. They decided to do a thing that is to put the comet from the Celestial Prime in a zone where they can hit my 2 Demon Princes, but as part of the Demon Princes they also hurt the liberators. They did a lot of damage also on their own troops. So what I was not, they almost did more damage to themselves than to the chaos units. Here we see the combat. This was a nice combat there. Very disappointed with Belacor that didn't manage to do a single wound to the enemies. And here we see, you see from the other flank, another surprise. And the dwarves are coming to help the order. Now I have my flank completely unprotected. I have a lot of the dwarf warriors. They come with 2 cannons, 1 organ cannon, so was quite good in shooting this army. And also a lot of, I think it's called Thunderers, the one with the fire weapons, the guns. So they just arrive. They have the rule that they also put on the chaos that the turn that you arrive, you cannot assault. You just arrive and you can shoot, but you cannot assault because it represents that you're marching from long distance. But here we see the deployment of all the dwarves, and now I'm not in a very good position with all these horrors and my heralds, so I need to see how I clean up all this mess here. And on top, my Demon Princes are there engaged. And they have a lot of opposing force. And on the other side, they just keep protecting themselves to avoid that the chaos can arrive to the realm gate. Here some more pictures. We have a close-up of the wood elves or the wanderers. You see there on top of the vortex There is one guy protecting each piece of terrain. The vortex is not an objective, but you see that there is a Knight Venator there. From there, he has a good line of shooting to almost any target he wants. To be fair, I don't care about the Knight Venator at this point. He's going to do damage to one of our monsters. Okay, it's his call. You cannot stop your advance because there is a Knight Venator there. If there was 4 or 5 Knight Venators, maybe you can think about, but just for one, it's not making a big difference in this big mess. We also have a Lord Relictor there in the stairs, protecting the stairs, and then there is an archer of what I don't know really who else from the Wood Elves protecting the realm gate. Here we see the Knight Venator is not painted, almost not visible in that picture. And these are the Seraphon that arrive in turn 2, but they are deployed in a position that they did not move or they did not position well, so they cannot assault neither in turn 3. They are not in a very good position neither this turn. And these are there were, I think, if I'm not wrong, 3 Celestian, there were 3 Lord Celestians on Dracoth. On the when there were 3 armies of Stormcast Eternals, and each army had a Lord Celestian on Dracoth. And here, another overview. And then came the third surprise in the battle. You see here that is all this undead, and the undead decide to betray the Chaos Forces and leave the battle, leaving all this part of the battle completely desert. So no, I don't have the support of the undead. They decide to go back to the death realm and leave the chaos alone on this battle. Before leaving, they just did some scatter attacks in close combat on the Lord Celestial on the back, but they did nothing. I think not one. They just scratched some wounds, but not too much. Here we see the shooting. In the shooting, they kill almost all my horrors. My horrors were almost annihilated. Only 5 horrors remaining alive. But to be fair, if they kill all my horrors, I will summon them back. I will summon 10 back with any of my... it's not a big deal for me to summon them back. And on top I have the Changeling. The Changeling here can use the powers from Chaos Faith Weaver because it's one of the powers of the Changeling, and it's still close enough to use the powers from Chaos Faith Weaver. So I can summon more spawns. Here we see before... you see all this cavalry, all these grey miniatures, they will fly away and they will go back home. What is fun? I think it's making all these changes in the battle makes the battle interesting, because there was a moment that looks that completely chaos will overrun everything, but now with the dwarf appearing as a reinforcement and the death leaving, it's looking again grim or difficult to get the objectives. Here we have the combat, and I have to say, I think this now is, I don't know which combo we are, if it's here, but I will explain. Belacor did nothing in the full battle. I think he only managed to do, no, I think he managed to do nothing, because even when I managed to do wounds, he saved them. So Belacor did nothing in the full battle, and I was really disappointed, because it's supposed that Belacor at least should kill some of these golden guys, but yeah, I was very unlucky, and he just died. Here we can enjoy from a funny picture one of the guys in the shop. And here I want to show, the Chaos Forces arriving, and this turn they will be able to assault, and we will start attacking with the Block Crushers and the Bloodthirster. I would say the Block Crushers, they are not very good, but doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter on this battle. So I think this is just before my shooting. You see all these dwarfs there. So these dwarfs are going to receive a good one. Because first I will, in my shooting phase, let's see if we have a better picture here. Not yet. Here is still in the turn of the order. So here we see, at the end of the turn, This is the turn 3 from the order, how it's looking like. And we are ready to start our turn. And in my turn, my intention is to use the power of Chaos Faith Weaver to kill the Lord Relictor that is on the stairs. He's at 18 inches, so now I can kill him. I will also use the power of Chaos Faith Weaver to try to kill some of these dwarves that are coming from my flank. And I will use the Changeling. That is, I can use the power of Chaos Faith Weaver to see if I can also do some damage. And then I will use the shooting of everything to thin this dwarf down. And my objective is really to kill all these dwarfs that appear in my flank in just one turn. With all between the shooting and the powers. So we start with Chaos Faith Weaver. I managed to do the power. And then I roll for mortal wounds and I roll a 1. And I decide to use the power of Chaos Faith Weaver that you can use once per battle. And I change this one for a 6, killing the Lord Relictor and transforming the Lord Relictor into spawn. So I just remove one of my spawns that I have it next to my army. I remove one of these and I move it to where is the stairs. So I kill my own spawn to just make him to reappear on top of the stairs. And then Chaos Faith Weaver use again the power on the dwarfs, and I kill some dwarf, and I put another spawn. Here we see the spawn there, and if you see the bottom of the picture, Changeling also did the same. Kill some dwarf and put another spawn. So my spawns suddenly, I killed the original spawns, I didn't need them, and I just repositioned them at 3 inches from the miniatures that I killed. So normally this is what happens when you use the power from Chaos Faith Weaver, you start transforming your enemy into spawns. At this moment, I think, the coach called this Velacor is dead, but we have a Bloodthirster coming to try to kill the Lord Celestian. The Lord Celestian on Drakot is being quite strong, so here we see a Bloodthirster and the Korgorath trying to come here to help the Demon Prince that is alone, but the Demon Prince is doing quite a good job, and he killed all the Liberators, and now he's ready to fight again. We see also that I move the Soul Grinder in a position that I can assault most of the units that are coming, and then the other units that just came in my flank, they were really disseminated between the magic phase and the shooting phase, and now I'm going to assault them with the spawns that I just created and the pink horrors to try to completely obliterate them and remove them from the battle. Here we see an overview. Yeah, we try to have the control of these stairs, of this piece of terrain. But on the other side, we were not that successful. So you see that the other Bloodthirster get stuck against another Celestian Prime. And we assault with the Block Crushers into Retributors. And then, I don't know how it's called this, I think it's Scylla. No, it's not Scylla. It's one of these big monsters of Khorne, like a big spawn, and get stuck in combat with some random wood elves. Here we see Khorne trying to come into assault and to support Thench in close combat. Then in the middle also Khorne trying to go for the other realm gate. So Khorne is eager to capture these pieces of terrain. Here we have the combat for the realm gate. Also Soulgrinder is coming to the support. Let's see. The guy that is on top of the tower is the one on top of the gate. The realm gate is the one protecting the realm gate. And here we see the assault of the Bloodthirster into the Celestian Prime, and we flop the attacks. I think we managed only to do 3 wounds. Sorry, 3 wounds to the Celestian Prime, but he will, in his turn, he's going to regenerate these wounds back with the Lord Relictor. And here, yeah, looks very grim for the Stormcast Eternals, but suddenly I was again betrayed by my allies, and the Khorne demons just did their attacks, they flop their attacks, and they decide to leave the battlefield. So they leave me alone with all these Stormcast Eternals. And no, I'm not in a very good position because the dwarf are coming, and yeah, and I don't have support. So now we only have two of the two armies. We have the Khorne that arrived in reinforcements, another Bloodbone that was in the other side, 3 armies, and my Thench. I was, I did manage to get my objective. I killed all the dwarfs that came into my flank, but the Soul Grinder failed to charge. I need 3 inches and I roll a double one. So I failed to charge into the dwarfs, and yeah, there I was. They have a very nice shooting to me. At least my demon prince also get exposed because I killed what I had in close combat. I know I'm not in close combat, and also the spawn controlling the tower. So next turn they will have a good shooting into my armies. But at least I managed to clean up. I still have some troops. My horrors are completely disseminated at this moment, but I still have Kairos, Changeling, the 2 heralds, my spawns over the place, and 1 demon prince, and also the Songwriter, of course. So not too bad, but yeah, they have 2 cannons now, and these 2 cannons can shoot me down. So here another picture on this side, and you see now my Thench forces are quite scattered. The spawns did a lot of damage on the dwarves, and then yeah, with the battle shock I managed to remove the full unit. And here in the other side, yeah, the block crushers assault the retributors, and they did a couple of wounds, and they receive, they get stuck there in combat. Bloodthirster also stuck in combat. Uh, yeah, the Khorne were not advancing as the fast as they have to do. Here I have another picture. So at this moment, the Realm Gate was very well controlled. I still because they put the elves, and we cannot go into the Realm Gate, but the stairs is an objective that we can capture if we do well in our 4th turn. And to be fair, it was quite late now, and we know that we can play the 4th turn and we'll finish at the end of the 4th turn at this point. So you see, Kairos Faith Weaver was doing a lot of damage. I really like how he's acting. He did what he has to do, killing the Lord Relictor and yeah, and killing some dwarfs. And with that, we go into the turn 4. On the turn 4, they start shooting and shooting and shooting. They kill my spawn that was on the stairs. They did a lot of wounds on my soul grinder, and they kill. I think at the end, no, they leave the demon prince with only 1 wound, and he's going to die in close combat. And here I'm going to be assault with the 1 dwarf slayer that is there in the lines of the dwarf, and they're going to kill my horrors. And yeah, they are moving, try to save this gate. Here we are measuring if they can go into combat or not. And the Bloodthirster gets there stuck, and is now is going to be attacked by the Wood Elf, and the Wood Elf have this weapon that do this 3 damage, and is the guys with the 2 hands blade. Yeah, on this side you see there is a small dwarf that is coming to the assault. And yeah, this is the moment that my Demon Prince is killed because he's assaulted by their from. Also, the storm cards are very damaged at this moment. In that side, they only have the Lord Celestin wounded with 4 wounds remaining. They have 1 Liberator Prime and 1 Retributor Prime. That's all from the initial forces of Stormcast Eternal that was in that side. So it's manageable for me. I think I can kill them all, and I can control the tower in next turn. And yeah, from that side, Khorne, and yeah, they try to counterattack Khorne again, and then Khorne gets quite stuck, and the Soul Grinder cannot go to the Realm Gate because it's blocked by a unit of Liberators. The Block Crushers is still fighting with the Retributors. and the Demon Prince is killed. This is the moment the Demon Prince is killed. The good point is they assault my Soul Grinder. So they leave my Soul Grinder on team only with 6 or 7 wounds remaining. They decide to assault with the Dwarf. The Dwarf fail all the wounds. So they did a single wound to my Soul Grinder. I attack back and I obliterate the unit. I did enough damage to force them Battle Shock, and with the Battle Shock I clean up the enemy unit. And here the Wanderers will kill the Bloodthirster with their blades. They are really dangerous. So the two Bloodthirsters did nothing. The other Bloodthirster that just then decided to fly away and did not manage to do a single wound neither to the Storm to the Celestial Prime. And then we go again to the turn of Chaos. This is the Chaos. You see the Faith Weaver have moved already here. So in my turn of Chaos, I start using the magic. First I use the magic from the Faith Weaver. I kill the Lord Celestial on Dracot and I transform him back to spawn. So this is the good end for the Lord Celestial on Dracot, is transformed into spawn. I did a lot of mortal wounds on the... I kill by mortal wounds the Retributor and the Liberator, so I completely get the control there, and I damage completely the Judicators, and then I assault the Judicators with the Soulbinder, and I kill the Judicators. So in that side, we really had the control of the tower. You know, I said at the beginning that the Celestial Prime came from reserve. He did nothing in the full battle. I think they forgot. I don't know why they did not assault with him, because he could save this flank if they wanted. So the really Celestial Prime get stuck between the troops and all the movement, and he did nothing. And here we have, as at the end of the battle, at the end the Block Crushers didn't manage to kill the Retributors neither, so they get there stuck in combat. But that was all. So what's quite fun, I think Kairos Faith Weaver did a lot of damage, was a really key player in this battle, transforming the enemies into spawns. This is a real good power. And then the Soul Grinder managed to completely protect one flank along with the Horrors. So really, really good. And I was very happy how the army performed. The only thing is Be'lakor really did nothing. So here we have another review. I will just put now some pictures. Some more pictures of the end of the battle. Just for here we have a picture on the other side. Here you can argue but they have more. If we count the number of units, they have more models than us. We only have one model trying to hit for the gate. So we give at the end. We consider this game a draw. So tie game. They are controlling the realm gate. We are controlling the stairs, and anything can happen if we had play a fifth turn. So I really enjoy. I think it was very interesting, and the only tricky part is how you play the initiative when it's a game so big, because you have to decide, okay, I start playing there, and then it's in the combat phase how you activate the units is quite tricky. Is the part that you have to coordinate most with your allies. But yeah, here we have the spawn created by Kairos Faith Weaver controlling the tower. An overall picture. And the final picture, and there you see this is only the swirling, the vortex, but this is the Celestial Prime that did not come into action. He dropped some comets here and there, but he did not come with the Galmaras to smash demons. And as I say, it was a tie game. I really enjoy. The most important, I think we all win because we all pass a very good time. And I think this is the purpose of the game, to enjoy the time, to have your epic moments and your flop moments. So Be'lakor flop completely. The other Demon Prince did what have to do, killing some Stormcast Eternals. I will say the three or at least the two that come into action of the Lord Celestans on Draco did their job. They really did a lot of damage in the battle. One killed Belacor and the other one helped to kill a Bloodthirster. So they were in the spot. So really a lot of interesting moments. Chaos if we were really did a lot of damage. The only thing is that when you play these big games, all these special rules that you can reroll when this happens, or you do more damage when you play, you forgot half of these special rules. You really and I think at the end you forgot in both sides and everything gets balanced. Because there are so many small rules that sometimes you have to balance if you really want to play them all, or you go straight forward and you play the main rules of the game. That's all. And here the beer after the battle. So yeah, after this battle, I meet with my family. We went to the rush to drink a nice beer. This was the best way to finish the day. And yeah, if as usual, you can support this channel just by subscribing, commenting, sharing. And if you go further, you can also support me in Patreon. Any support is welcome. Any help is welcome. And if you cannot help, if you only want to be subscribed, it's all okay as well. For now, that's all. As usual, thanks a lot for watching and see you again later. Bye.